Well, right now, searching for life in outer space. And there was a bit of a collective sigh last week when scientists said the red planet lacked methane, a key ingredient for life. Our next guest says not so fast as far as believing that there could be life out there somewhere. Tom Jones, planetary scientist and former NASA astronaut, joins us, author of Planetology, Unlocking the Secrets of the Solar System. So let's get real basic, Tom, if we can. Why does methane matter in all of this?
Jenna, methane on Earth is produced by a lot of biological organisms, from bacteria to cows. And we find it everywhere on Earth in great quantity. It's one of the big greenhouse gases in our atmosphere. So when scientists back on Earth looked at Mars through telescopes and found traces of methane, and that measurement was backed up by a European orbiter around Mars, everybody thought that microbes on Mars were making this methane. We might find a very good marker for life on Mars. And Curiosity was following up on this measurement. And
Curiosity found not so fast.
Our rover up there has been up there for a year, and in about 6 months of measurement found a very small amount of methane, very inconsistent with those previous measurements. And so when you're making that measurement precisely with a laser spectrometer right on Mars and it comes up with nothing, this might mean that there's not much life on Mars.
Well, let's talk a little bit about this. How does it play into? I mean, is the whole question of whether or not there is life out there dependent on the existence of methane?
Well, you might think that that would be an easy score. You know, if you found methane in great quantity, it might indicate biology was very rampant on Mars. And the fact that it's not been found means either a couple of things. Either there's no life there at all, or probably more likely, in my view, is that life might be there, but it's one of the kinds of life, like we have here on Earth, that doesn't generate methane as a waste product. We exhale carbon dioxide. Some life forms exhale methane, but there are other kinds that don't do either. And of course, that would be a tougher search for us. But you can't prove a negative. You can't prove that there's no life on Mars by this measurement.
Okay, well, that leads us to wonder, our imaginations to wonder a little bit, Tom. How limited are we, though? You know, you mentioned carbon dioxide. We're talking a little bit about methane, and we have a little bit of a high school chemistry class happening right here on the air, which is always fun. But how limited are we to just what we know is out there, that what we can test for? Are we even sure that we're testing for the right things, or is there something out there that's so beyond what we know at this point?
Yeah, there's definitely the possibility of weird life that doesn't behave like Earth biology, and it's very hard for us to go looking for that in any kind of systematic way. What we're doing now is looking on Mars for life that might be like that here on Earth, that has the same kind of metabolisms, the same kind of internal chemistry. So I think the search has gotten tougher now with this news. We're going to have to probably go underground to hot springs on Mars, where a microbe could use hot water as an energy source and chemical nutrients instead of sunlight, for example. And so that search is going to be probably too tough for robots in the next 20 or 30 years. And this might mean another reason why human explorers might be the key to unlocking that secret.
Very interesting. I've encountered some weird life in this newsroom, Tom. I don't even need to go to Mars. Just have to come to New York City. That's right. Tom, thank you. Appreciate it as always.